Thanks for joining our live coverage of the government's March 1st Independence Movement Day ceremony. March 1st, also known as Samiljeol, marks the anniversary of Korea's independence movement against Japan's colonial rule. It looks like the ceremony is about to kick off. We'll come back right afterwards.
네, 모두 자리에 앉아 주시기
Please
바랍니다.
be seated. In the golden era of Asia, Joseon was one of the guiding lights, and it will be the bright light of the Asia. The darkest history, and these were the people who shed light on the dream for freedom, and we would like to begin right now. The great journey towards freedom.
안녕하십니까? 제
Good morning,
105주년
everyone.
3.1절 기념식 사회를 맡은
My
아나운서
name is
이재홍입니다.
Lee Jae-hong. I will be the MC for today's commemoration.
제 105주년 3.1절 기념식은
The
자유를
105th
향한 위대한
commemoration
요정, 대한민국
is held
만세를
under
주제로
the theme
진행됩니다.
of the great
앞서 함께
journey
보신 영상은요,
towards freedom. Long live the Republic of Korea. The opening video captured the minds of our patriots of the time who hoped that the dark times of oppression and suffering would end and that the light would shine again in Joseon. Through this year's ceremony, we would like to remember the heroes who dedicated themselves to shine the ray of freedom and independence during those dark times. Let us now begin the 105th March 1st Independence Movement Day commemoration.
다음은 국민의례가
We
있겠습니다.
will pledge of
국기에 대한
allegiance to the
맹세문은
flag. The
KBS
Pledge of
대하
Allegiance will be
드라마
read
무력
by
강한
actor Ji
전쟁에서
Seung-hyun, who is
그간
gaining
우리가
great
잘 알지
popularity for
못했던
his role as
영웅이었죠.
General
양규
Yang
장군
Gyu,
역을 맡아
an unsung
큰
hero
인기를
in the
얻고 있는
KBS epic
배우
drama
지승현 씨가
Koryo Kitan War.
낭독하겠습니다. 모두 자리에서
Please
일어나
rise from your
무대
seats and
정면에
face the
국기를
Taegeukgi in
향해
front
주시기
of the
바랍니다.
stage.
국기에 대하여
Salute
경례.
to the flag. I pledge in front of proud Taegeukgi allegiance to the Republic of Korea for the eternal glory of the country, liberty and freedom to the Republic of Korea. At ease, we will now sing the national anthem. The national anthem will be sung until verse 4, and it will be led by vocalist Kang Sang-min, who has overcome his visual impairment and bring warmth to many people through his beautiful singing, together with the vocalists of the Defense Ministry Military Band.
이어서
We
순국
will
선열과
now
호국 영령에 대한
pay
묵념을
silent tribute to the
올리겠습니다.
national martyrs and the fallen
묵념.
heroes. A moment of silence.
바로
At ease.
모두 자리에 앉아 주시기
Please take your
바랍니다.
seats.
다음은
We will now
제105주년 3.1절
watch a
기념식의
special
주제
video
영상을 함께
celebrating the
시청하시겠습니다.
105th March
어둠
1st
속에서
Independence Movement
자유민주주의를
Day.
향한
The
하나의
video
마음으로
illustrates
빛을
the epic
밝힌
journey of
여러
many
분야의
heroes coming from
수많은
different
영웅들의
fields
위대한
who united
여정에
to
관한
bring
이야기,
light in the darkness
영상으로
for the
함께
sake of liberal
만나보시겠습니다.
democracy. For the freedom, we are going to be the flame of the
우리
independence.
역사에서
In our
가장
history,
캄캄하고 어두웠던
it was
시기.
the darkest days throughout our history. And for the country, we have to stand
칠흑 같은
tall
어둠을 밝힐
till the very
한 줄기 빛이
one individual. And
피어나다.
there was one shining light that ignited. It was a great movement of the people. And the declaration was printed in secret. And for us, it is the time
자주 독립을
to
위한 희망이
have
가장
this
거세게
flame in our
타올랐던
hands.
순간
And it was the moment where those flames ignited to the fullest. March 1st,
손에는
1919.
태극기를 부여잡고 가슴에는 자유에
They
대한
had
신념을
Taegeukgis
끌어안고
in their
나서
hands and
거국적인
they had their faith
비폭력저하,
in their minds. And it was the biggest
종교와 계층을
non-violent movement. And it transcended classes and religions. And people came together to chant Republic of Korea, 만세. It was the revolutionary movement of Joseon.
우리의 외침은 세계가
And
주목하였고
our chants were heard by the global citizens, and the Republic of Korea
기반이 되었습니다.
of now
저 멀리
was based
타지에서도
on the
그
interim
외침이
government.
이어졌으며
And it was heard by
우리 대신 총과
far
칼을 들고
away
투쟁하였고
around the world. And it became
국내에서는 우리 스스로
an
힘을
independence
키우기 위한
movement.
경제
And
산업 분야,
domestically,
교육 분야에서의 여러 노력들이
we put many endeavors in different fields like education and economy.
우리의 정신을 지키기 위한
And to uphold our spirit, the cultural sector were also coming together for this independence movement.
빛이었습니다.
And it was the light for the independent Republic of Korea. And it was the pledge to safeguard the independence of the country.
삼일운동에서 시작한
From
자유의
the
위대한 여정,
March 1st movement, it started out as the great journey towards liberal freedom. And
가능했습니다.
thanks to all these so many heroes, it was possible. And we thank them for their
그
endeavors
빛을
and their achievements. And now it is time that we protect that light. The great journey towards freedom. Hooray for the Republic of Korea.
네, 여러분 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give us a big round of applause.
다음은 독립선언서
We will now
낭독
recite
순서입니다.
the Declaration of Korean Independence. This year's reading of the Declaration will be a special one for the contents to be shared more meaningfully with many people. We will reenact the scene of the reading of the Declaration of Independence with a musical performance to capture the emotions of the independence activists of the time who worked for independence in various fields. It will be in a form of musical performance. The K-Culture Independence Army and the chairman of Heritage of Korean Independence, Lee Jong-chun, will join us on stage. Please give them a big round of applause.
겨울강을 바라보며 우리는 이렇다 저렇다 말하지 말자. 물이 넘칠 때에도 강이라 했고 흐르던 말라버리던 때도 우리는 강이라 불렀는데 지금 오늘 보는 마음이라 하여 우리가 여기를 강이라 부르지 않는다면
We hereby declare that Korea is an independent state and that Koreans are a self-governing people. We proclaim it to the nations of the world in affirmation of the principle of the equality of all nations, and we proclaim it to our posterity, preserving in perpetuity the right of national survival. We make this declaration on the strength of 5,000 years of history as an expression of the devotion and loyalty of 20 million people. We claim independence in the interest of the eternal and free development of our people and in accordance with the great movement of world reform based upon the awakening conscience of mankind. This is the clear demand of heaven, the course of our times, and the legitimate manifestation of the right of all nations to coexist and live in harmony. Nothing in the world can suppress or block it. For the first time in several thousand years, we have suffered the agony of alien suppression for a decade, becoming a victim of the policies of aggression and coercion, which are relics from a bygone era. How long have we been deprived of our right to exist? How long has our spiritual development been hampered? How long have the opportunities to contribute our creative vitality to the development of the world culture been denied us? Alas, in order to rectify past grievances, free ourselves from present hardships, eliminate future threats, stimulate and enhance the weakened conscience of our people, eradicate the shame that befell our nation, ensure proper development of human dignity, avoid leaving humiliating legacies to our children, and usher in lasting and complete happiness for our posterity. The most urgent task is to firmly establish national independence. Today, when human nature and conscience are placing the forces of justice and humanity on our side, if every one of our 20 million people arms oneself for battle, whom could we not defeat and what could we not accomplish? We do not intend to accuse Japan of infidelity for its violation of various solemn treaty obligations since the Treaty of Amity of 1876. Japan's scholars and officials, indulging in a conqueror's exuberance, have denigrated the accomplishments of our ancestors and treated our civilized people like barbarians. Despite their disregard for the ancient origins of our society and the brilliant spirit of our people, we shall not blame Japan. We must first blame ourselves before finding fault with others. Because of the urgent need for remedies for the problems of today, we cannot afford the time for recriminations over past wrongs. Our task today is to build up our own strength, not to destroy others. We must chart a new course for ourselves in accord with the solemn dictates of conscience, not malign and reject others for reasons of past enmity or momentary passions. In order to restore natural and just conditions, we must remedy the unnatural and unjust conditions brought about by the leaders of Japan, who are chained to old ideas and old forces and victimized by their obsession with glory. From the outset of annexation did not emanate from the wishes of the people, and its outcome has been oppressive coercion, discriminatory injustice, and fabrication of statistical data, thereby deepening the eternally irreconcilable chasms of ill will between the two nations. To correct past mistakes and open a new phase of friendship based upon genuine understanding and sympathy, it is not the easiest way to avoid disaster and invite blessing, isn't it? The enslavement of 20 million resentful people by force does not contribute to lasting peace in the East. It deepens the fear and suspicion of Japan by the 400 million Chinese who constitute the main axis for stability in the East, and it will lead to the tragic downfall of all nations in our region. Independence for Korea today shall not only enable Koreans to lead a normal, prosperous life as is their due, it will also guide Japan to leave its evil path and perform its great task of supporting the cause of the East, liberating China from a gnawing uneasiness and fear, and helping the cause of world peace and happiness for mankind, which depends greatly on peace in the East. How can this be considered a trivial issue of mere sentiment? Behold, a new world is before our eyes. The days of force are gone, and the days of morality are here. The spirit of humanity, nurtured throughout the past century, has begun casting its rays of new civilization upon human history. A new spring has arrived, prompting the myriad forms of life to come to life again. The past was a time of freezing ice and snow, stifling the breath of life. The present is a time of mild breezes and warm sunshine, reinvigorating the spirit. Facing the return of the universal cycle, we set forth on the changing tide of the world. Nothing can make us hesitate or fear. We shall safeguard our inherent right to freedom and enjoy a life of prosperity. We shall also make use of our creativity, enabling our national essence to blossom in the vernal warmth. We have arisen now. Conscience is on our side, and truth guides our way. All of us, men and women, young and old, have firmly left behind the old nest of darkness and gloom and head for joyful resurrection together with a myriad living things. The spirits of thousands of generations of our ancestors protect us. The rising tide of world consciousness shall assist us. Once started, we shall surely succeed. With this hope, we march forward, straightly forward. 3 public pledges. 1. Our action today represents the demand of our people for justice, humanity, survival, and dignity. It manifests our spirit of freedom and should not engender anti-foreign feelings. 1. To the last one of us, and to the last moment possible, we shall unhesitatingly publicize the views of our people, as is our right. 1. All our actions should uphold public order, and our demands and our attitudes must be honorable and upright. Everyone, the world is listening. We are going to march until the end, until when we achieve the shining independence of the Republic of Korea. Cheer for the independence of the Republic of Korea. Until we die, until the day we die.
네, 여러분 큰 박수
Please give them a big
부탁드리겠습니다.
round of applause.
그날의 감격스러운 순간들이
It
그대로
was the
생생히
moment
떠올려지는 것
of
같습니다.
that very day.
다음으로
that was reenacted. Now, in commemoration of the 105th anniversary of the March 1st movement, government award will be bestowed to independence patriots who devoted themselves to the independence of the country. Out of a total of 103 men of merit who will receive the award, the president will present it to 5 of them today. The bereaved family member of the person's name read out loud is asked to come up to the podium. First, the late Yoon Sang-hyung. Certificate of Merit. Late Yoon Sang-hyung. As the above person has contributed greatly to the independence and the establishment of the Republic of Korea, I'm conferring the following award posthumously according to the Constitution of the Republic of Korea, the Medal of Merit for National Foundation, March 1st, 2024, President of the Republic of Korea. It is awarded to his grandson, Yum Dong-eun. Next, independence patriot, the late Lee Hyun-sok. The Medal of Merit for National Foundation, the late Lee Hyun-sok. The contents are the same. It is awarded to his grandson, Lee Gil-cha. Next, independence patriot, the late Lee Hak-lo. Presidential citation, the late Lee Hak-lo. The contents are the same. It is awarded to his grandson, Lee Jong-sik. Next is independence patriot, the late Shim Duk-chun. Presidential citation, the late Shim Duk-chun. The contents are the same. It is awarded to his grandson, Shim Un-il. Next, independence patriot, the late Jung Jin-woong. Presidential citation, the late Jung Jin-woong. The contents are the same. It is awarded to his son, Jung Jun-yang. This concludes the awarding ceremony of the government awards. Next, the President will deliver his commemoration speech on the 105th March 1st Independence Movement Day. He will move to the rostrum. Dear fellow Koreans, 7 million overseas Koreans and independence patriots. Today, we celebrate the 105th anniversary of the March 1st movement. I bow my head in respect to the patriotic martyrs who devoted themselves to the freedom and prosperity of the motherland. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the independence fighters and their bereaved families. Honorable Koreans, 105 years ago today, our ancestors declared that Korea was an independent state and that it belonged to the Korean people. Holding the Taegeukgi in their hands and the belief in their hearts towards freedom, They embarked on a national level nonviolent struggle. The 1919 Declaration of Independence eloquently expresses the spirit of the March 1st movement as follows. It is about the eternal freedom of our people and for our development. And it's about keeping pace with the global conscience and the changes that humanity is making. At the root of the declaration was liberalism, which was a mainstream trend in the world history at the time. It was believed that if the blood shed by our ancestors soaked the ground and nurtured the sprout of freedom, our descendants would be able to live happily in a country of freedom and abundance. Also, the March 1st movement was a future-oriented independence movement that is a rarity in any history. Rather than restoring the monarchy, they dreamed of a new country where people of all ages and genders could enjoy freedom and the faith and hope of our ancestors became a reality today. Today, the Republic of Korea stands tall as a global pivotal nation that enjoys freedom and prosperity. As proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence, we are a new and remarkable nation, one that contributes to world peace and prosperity and presents a unique and compelling culture. And the journey till now has not been an easy one. At the same time as gaining our independence, we lost half of our northern part of the land to communist totalitarianism, and we had to go through a devastating war. Nonetheless, nothing could deter us from our quest for freedom and prosperity. In a country with no capital or resources, in a war-torn land, we laid highways, built nuclear power plants, and created industries. Even when it was hard to put food on the table, we looked to the future and invested in science and technology as well as education. And I am greatly proud of our people's great journey of overcoming so many hardships and challenges. My government and myself will continue to uphold the values of freedom, the spirit of the March 1st movement, and make every effort to build a happier and more prosperous Republic of Korea. Dear Koreans, today I'd like to look back at the history of our independence movement together. Starting with the March 1st movement, various forms of independence movements took place from home and abroad. There were fighters and activists who risked their lives in the armed independence movement. There were also pioneers who saw through the trends of international politics and started diplomatic independence movements in countries around the world. There were practitioners who took part in education and cultural independence movement to help us build our own capabilities. It was a result of these pioneering efforts of our independence was guaranteed after the fall of imperialism. The blood and sweat of these fighters gathered together secured our independence and laid the foundation of the Republic of Korea. And I believe that all of these movements of independence should be given their due credit that they deserve, and their history should be told and passed down from generations to generations. No one
역사를 독점할 수 없으며
has
온 국민과
a monopoly over history, and all citizens
대한민국의
and the entire nation and our descendants should take pride in our proud history. Myself and the government will strive to ensure that these sacrifices and dedication of our ancestors are properly remembered from independence to the founding of our nation to its revival. Fellow Koreans, the Declaration of Independence of 1919 demanded from Japan that our independence was the way for both countries to prosper and to open a new world based on mutual understanding and empathy. And today, right now, Korea and Japan are moving forward together, overcoming the painful past towards a new world. Sharing the values of freedom, human rights, and the rule of law, we have become the partners pursuing common interests and working together for global peace and prosperity. Security cooperation between our two countries has become more solidified against North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. There's a strong cooperation in the fields of industry, finance, and advanced technology, and the number of citizens who traveled between the two countries reached 9.28 million last year. In the Middle East and Africa, where armed conflict occurred, the two countries exchanged help by rescuing each other's people. As such, Korea and Japan build trust through such exchanges and cooperation and work together to solve difficult challenges, and by doing so, we will be able to open a brighter and new future for the bilateral relations. Next year, we mark the 60th anniversary of the normalization of diplomatic ties between Korea and Japan, and I believe that it will serve as an opportunity to take our bilateral relationship to the next level as a productive and more constructive one. The March 1st movement will finally be completed with unification where everyone enjoys freedom and abundance. Now, we must move toward a free, unified Korean peninsula where all citizens are the owners of the country. North Korea still continues its totalitarianism and repressive rule, unable to escape the worst degradation and poverty. The North Korean regime relies only on nuclear weapons and missiles, trapping 26 million North Korean people in the swamp of destruction and despair. In recent days, the Republic of Korea has been defined by them as the #1 enemy and the undying enemy. I cannot help but deplore this. Unification is not just an issue limited to the peninsula. The North Korean regime's tyranny and human rights violation deny the universal values of humanity. Unification is expanding the universal values of freedom and human rights. The efforts of ours for unification must become a source of hope and a beacon of light for the North Korean people. The government will not withdraw its helping hand to the North Korean people, and its efforts to improve human rights in North Korea will not stop. We will continue to support warm support. We will continue to provide warm support to North Korean defectors so that they can enjoy freedom and prosperity together with us.
정부는
And from this year, the government has designated July 14th as North Korean Defectors Day. Taking this as an opportunity, I ask all of our Korean people to show warmer heart and consideration toward the North Korean defectors. Unification is an arduous task that we cannot accomplish alone. The international community must work together with responsibility. A freely unified Republic of Korea will contribute to peace and prosperity not only in Northeast Asia, but also in the Indo-Pacific region and around the world. As the President of the Republic of Korea, I will do my utmost to fulfill such historical and constitutional responsibilities. Honorable fellow Koreans, we are now standing at a crossroads of historical change. We must revive the spirit of the Declaration of Independence, expand freedom, extend peace, and move towards the path to prosperity. We must all unite our minds and muster our strength towards unification, which is the end goal. The government and I will take the lead with passion and dedication. Let us join hands and open a new and hopeful future together. Thank you.
네, 말씀 잘
Thank you
들었습니다.
very much
고맙습니다.
for those words.
다음은 기념 공연이
We will now
있겠습니다.
invite a
기념
commemorative
공연은
performance. The
자기 독립에 대한
performance
의지를
is
담은
ode to
선열들의
our
송가와
patriots,
또 애국
expressing the
선열들에
will
대한
for independence,
감사함을
and
담은
reply song
후손들의
by the
답가로
descendants,
준비했습니다.
which expresses
기념 공연 첫
gratitude
번째
to our
순서는
ancestors.
독립운동가
The first part
선생님께서
of the commemorative performance
작곡하신
will be the
한국
song
최초의
Korean
오페라
March,
아리랑의
a song
수록곡
from Korea's
행진곡을
first
그룹
opera,
라포엠의
Arirang,
유채훈님의
composed
목소리로
by
듣도록
independence
하겠습니다.
activist Han
이어서
Young-seok.
애국 선열들에
It
대한
was be
감사함을
sung by
담아
Yoo Chae-hoon of
나의
the group
영웅이라는
La
곡을
Poem.
4인조
Following the
남성
performance is a song
중창단그룹
My
라포엠과
Hero
함께
to express
어린이를
gratitude
포함한
to
전
our
세대로 구성된
patriotic ancestors
합창단이
that will be
함께
performed together with La
진행하겠습니다.
Poem
여러분
and a
큰
choir
박수로
composed of
맞이해
all
주시기 바랍니다.
generations, including children. Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
일제강점기 자주 독립의 그날을 위해
During the
여러
darkest
분야에서
history,
빛이 되어준
during
영웅들의
the
노래를
Japanese colonial
들려드리려
rule, I would like to sing the songs of the heroes.
친구야 우리 거친 손을 잡고 압록강 삼킬 파도 일으키자 정의의 횃불 높이 들고서 두려워 말고 앞으로 가자 지금은 약하지만 더는 억압받고 살지 않을 거야 힘을 모아 지금 이 굴레에서 벗어나고 자유를 향해 우리 앞으로 가자 아리랑 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 전진하자 두려워하지 마라.
Do not be afraid.
해방의 노래 소리가 울려.
The song of liberation reverberates,
눈앞이다.
and victory is just around the corner.
수많은 시간 속에 숨겨진 눈물들 그대는 홀로 이 길을 걸어왔네 어둠을 이겨내며 넘어야만 했던 그 소원들은 다 이뤄질 거야 우린 꿈을 꾸는 걸 높은 곳을 향해 뛰는 걸 지금껏 외롭고 힘들었던 날들 꿈은 이루어질 거야
모든 게 다 이루어질
With the spirit of unity and solidarity, the song expressed the feelings of the elders and descendants to continue the great tomorrow of a free and democratic Korea. Please give the performance another big round of applause. We will now sing the March 1st song together. Please rise from your seats and wave the Taegeukgi with your right hand and sing in unison.
이어서
Next, we will proceed with the final part of the 105th March 1st Independence Commemoration, the 3 cheers of Manse. It will be joined by 2 descendants of the independence patriots and 2 representatives of future generation. We have Yu Deok-sang, the descendant of the late independence activist Yu Kwan-sun, Choi Jin, the student council president of Ihwa Girls High School, and In Dae-wi, a descendant of the late independence activist William Linton, who supported the independence movement as a missionary and publicized it to the world, and Yu Beng-min, the student council president of Jungang High School. On that day, 105 years ago, hooray for the independence of Korea was the loud cry of our ancestors. We will remember those voices and will carry on to shed a brighter light on the Republic of Korea. For the sacrifices of our predecessors who waved the national flag fearlessly and ignited the spark of independence to be remembered more preciously, we will dream of a new future for the Republic of Korea that is filled with hope. Our ancestors of all ages, classes, and religions longed for Korea's independence with one mind and will. Let us continue the very will together to create the tomorrow of the Republic of Korea that stands tall in the world. Following the proud footsteps of our patriotic martyrs who dreamed of a new country through the March 1st Independence Movement, we will continue to leave footprints for a brighter future for a free and prosperous Republic of Korea. Now, I would like to ask everyone to raise the Taegeukgi and shout Manse 3 times. The great journey towards freedom, Republic of Korea, Manse.
만세! 만세! 네, 여러분 모두 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give a big round of applause.
네, 이상으로 제
With this, we
105주년
will close the
3.1절
105th
기념식을
March
모두
1st Independence
마치겠습니다.
Movement Day
함께해 주신 국민 여러분,
commemoration.
대단히
Thank you very
고맙습니다.
much for watching.
That concludes our special coverage of 105th anniversary of March 1st Independence Movement Day ceremony, honoring those who fought for Korea's sovereignty against Japanese colonial rule. We'll bring you more details on the event in our upcoming newscast at noon Korea time. Until then, goodbye.